Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to That Checks Out. I am Ted Wilson, sitting here with Damon Bracchio over there on the board, making his own sounds of him drinking coffee on our soundboard.
Yes.
Proprietor, owner of Audiohive Podcasting Studio, Brian. Welcome to That Checks Out.
That does check out, too. He's got his own. This is his drop right here. That's his drop.
Yeah.
Now, if it just went, then you'd have something.
Yeah, but it's that weird, like you can't tell if
Yeah.
he's drinking coffee or shaking off the last dribbles at the end. Like, you don't know what's going on.
Right, yeah. I'm not one to judge, Brian, but use the shower if it's dribbles. So anyway, hey, we should, this is the week that we do, I know we're going to catch up here in a minute, and we're going to have to keep it under 47 minutes for catching up this week. but this is the week we give away the Instant Pot. All right?
Yeah.
So, and make room for air fryer that I might or may not get. I really don't know.
I still cannot.
It's in your trunk, isn't it?
No, that's just junk in my trunk.
Yeah.
But thanks for noticing. Yeah. So
I mean, it's hard to miss.
yeah, that's my buns of cabbage. They're not steel. They're kind of weird
Buns of
shaped.
blah, 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 blah,
Yeah. My abs of Jello are also coming in quite nicely.
Yeah, I still can't get over that. I mean, I literally put on one of the 4,000 posts about air fryers, like, you're a grown-ass man. Just buy an air fryer and put it in your house. And I had a few people be like, oh, no, don't just do that.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
no. That's, hey, death by air fryer. So I can fry his face. But anyway, I picked a winner this morning because what I did, we had, I think, 51 or 52 names. I took a picture. I'm going to put it up. And then I took I spun a wheel. I did one of those wheel apps.
Wheel spinners.
Yeah, the wheel spinners. And the winner, believe it or not, was he's a top fan of ours, comments on a lot of stuff, and he won the damn Instant Pot. Ed King.
Fake news.
Yeah.
It's rigged.
Yeah.
Was this done in Georgia or Michigan or Arizona? Like, this seems fake.
He probably has stock in the
in the wheel thing.
In the wheel thing. But no, I laughed when it came up. I went, wow. I said that seems kind of weird because it's not linked to social media.
Right.
So
you had to type in the names individually.
Correct. I typed them all in individually, which took me a while, but I did it first thing this morning. And then, like I said, I'm going to put the video up of that too. I ran it afterwards again 2 or 3 times, and it picked a different name every time. So it was legit, but I was just like, wow. That was so random that somebody who follows us
like from day one,
follows us that close is also the winner. So congratulations.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Say it again because I didn't really get too excited about it. Go ahead. Who was the winner?
Ed King won, Ted.
Congratulations, Ed King. We're happy to give you an Instant Pot that's been in Damon's garage and trunk for weeks.
Yes. Hey, but it's still in the package.
That's
still
true.
In the package, yeah.
Autographed.
Yeah, and it's Duolingo.
Well, it's going to be autographed today. I brought a list so you can sign it.
Yeah.
It's Duolingo because it's French on one side. And
it is. Yeah, remember you're holding that the wrong way.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to figure out how to spell my name in French.
I think it's Canadian.
It's wee. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. But no, so he won that.
I think it's bouillabaisse is your name in French, Brian.
I don't know what that means.
It's a fish soup.
He sounds delicious. But no, it's been like an emotionally draining week. Just
Because every time that you try to do something positive, your wife is like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Come up.
No.
Good angles. I mean, there's good angles.
Was there anyone that did not take your side on getting an air fryer?
Her best friend, Kim. Her best friend,
Doesn't
Kim.
count.
Yeah. So she sided. She goes, ask Santa, like somewhere way up high or whatever in the feed. And then she came back and said, I don't know, she said something else. And I said, unfortunately, this is a comment, so it qualifies. Damn loopholes. You know what I mean? But, and she's like, I already did say ask Santa. So, but yeah, I don't feel like Santa's going to provide said air fryer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, the verdict's still out. We'll see. A lot of compelling statements. I like, though, my wife is very social media conscious and friendly and an avid follower. Like, she's the one that turns the notifications on to say, hey, someone talked about you or like something. She beats me to everything. So I'll read it. I'm like, hey, and she's like, nope. It's like trying to pass off a business idea in this room.
Oh yeah. That
I'm out.
If anything checks out everywhere, that does right there.
So, but no, like I said, it was a pretty crazy week. Now, otherwise, I spent a couple days. It's been so nice outside for the last couple days. So I spent a little bit of time in the garage, and as I was knocking down whatever's left of spider webs in the garage, I have no more spiders, but I was knocking down webs and sweeping the ceiling. I found a soft spot in the drywall in the garage. Luckily, it wasn't like in my laundry room or family room, but it's right underneath my master bath.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is a fascinating story already.
So, you know how you generally cut a hole to see what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I cut a Damon-size hole so I could get up in there to see what's going on.
So you took out the wall. Got it.
Yeah. So I have 3 walls in my house. Awful drafty. And
Maybe you can talk to Brian's fence guy.
Yeah, people just keep taking my stuff. No security whatsoever.
Maybe Brian could prop up a wall for you.
Yeah.
I could do it.
Yeah.
You got a 2x4 I can use?
Yeah.
You don't. Otherwise, it'd be in your fence.
Yeah. So anyway, I look up and I'm like, oh, maybe it's just a drain. No, it's the actual, like the tub itself. All the subfloor is wet. I'm like, oh no. So this is
all news to me, Brian, and I'm loving it.
It's a bathroom remodel now that's coming.
Get out.
No, because here's the deal. I got to replace the subfloor, right? So I got to pull what's nice is I just kind of redid that bathroom, freshened it all up, put in some new stuff, and painted it.
And that's nice.
Yeah, here's my mulligan, right?
Right.
I got to redo all that too. But no, the flooring will have to come out. So I'll have to be doing all new flooring, a new tub and surround. When you're doing that, you might as well do a vanity and just set it up. So
wait. So you have the ability to redesign your master bathroom right now, and you can't compromise into letting her do whatever she wants in there and getting yourself an air fryer?
I'm thinking
you are a terrible human.
Wait,
I'm thinking it's going to be in the master bathroom.
You have the skill set to do this stuff yourself?
Some of it.
No, for myself, not
Gotcha.
yourself.
But you know what I'm saying?
I feel a question coming on.
I will say that the garbage disposal he fixed for me is not.
Yeah.
All right.
It does this when you turn it on.
All right. Sorry, Amy. Bathroom's going to have to wait.
Yeah. But yeah, so I reached out to my insurance and stuff just see because water damage it's from I don't know what happened.
But water
to
is
it.
that act of God? I mean, God created that water. So
Correct. Yeah. God made me turn the faucet on too, so that's how it works.
Well, yeah. I mean,
but no. So that was my awesome news yesterday. I'm like, hey, that looks weird, and I just poke it, and it's soft. I'm like, oh no.
you just push the broom right through it, like,
and it's soft.
yeah.
And then what it is, since it's in my garage, the ceiling height is much higher. The floor height, I should say, is higher, right? So it's actually, but they have the ductwork running through there. So they have, for me to get up in there, I could barely reach my arm to it, and I could feel it was wet. I'm like, I got to get up in there. So I literally cut a nice, healthy hole in this soffit that's running down there, and found out, like I said, it's
what I would love
bad.
is if Nicole came home, saw you half in this hole, half out of it, like came into the master bathroom and just saw your head like through the bottom of it, and she's like, "What's going on?" Oh, I just cleaning some spider webs out of the garage. Yeah, that's all you said. Just be like, "I would just spider webs."
Very intense cleaning.
Yeah.
Very intense.
I'm redesigning. I'm figuring out how we're going to fit this air fryer in.
That's the one. That's the one.
Why are you throwing your chicken nuggies down the drain?
I realized.
You'd be like, yeah, don't put it on her. You wouldn't let me put it in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So this is your fault. I just wanted maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet of counter space. You
Yeah.
said no.
So I think I told you, my kids ratted me out because I cleaned that cupboard out. Yeah. So that
You
was.
didn't tell me, but I read it in one of the 400 posts about air fryers.
Yeah, that was the worst thing is because I had a whole spot when she goes, we have nothing. I was gonna be like, ta-da! And the kids are like, hey, Dad moved all your stuff. Yeah, the stuff we haven't moved since we moved in the house.
Yeah.
And she's like, I wanted all that stuff right there. I'm like, I know where it is.
Clearly you did because the level of dust told me you've never moved it.
I know where it is. It doesn't matter. It goes right there. Ooh.
This is going to be a problem. I don't know. This exactly the air fryer shape and space here.
Yeah.
I don't think your stuff's going to fit. I don't.
Hey, so last thing, and then because I'll get murdered when she listens to this. So the last thing.
I can only hope.
Because unlike Mac's wife, my wife.
I do the killing.
Yeah. Hey, great use of that button.
You're
Ted.
welcome.
I like
you.
that. But the last thing, I did send her the one that I've had loaded in my Amazon cart for months, and said, hey, if Santa were to bring one, this would be the one, right?
Yeah.
And I got in trouble for that.
It's, ridiculous.
Well, because here's the deal, and I guess I get it, because you don't always, like when you tell people, unless you're a kid, you want a certain video game or you want this, you want that. Generally, you go, I want some clothes. I need some sweatshirts.
Oh, you
I
got in
need
trouble
this.
because you were
I need
specific, and now
I was
she can't
absolutely-
like gift for you.
Right. So now it was like, hey, and she goes, well, that one's expensive. Yeah, it's the Ninja Foodie, the biggest one they make, and it does everything, and that's what I want, you know?
Yeah,
And-
it's on my counter.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I was like, that's the one I want, you know? And that's out of my, and I get it. I totally get it.
Nope.
But so I did, when I walked away, now I kept giving her crap, but when I walked away, I started thinking, I'm like, yeah, because if she come to me and goes, hey, this is what I want for Christmas, it's like, then I didn't even really pick something out. You know?
I mean, I see your point, but in my house, it's literally like, hey, I bought this. You can count it my Christmas gift. Like, we're past that point. We don't, there's no.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. But no, that was the last part. Hey, and then I used the Jedi mind trick that I always do on you guys, where like you guys do something and I'm like, it's okay, I accept your apology, right? So I literally did that to her.
Wow, it's such a good mind trick. I didn't even know he was doing it. Yeah.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
recollection.
You guys have no idea because
Yeah,
it's very
cool.
subliminal. But whenever you're mad at me, that's when I just,
incredible.
I'll type it in the text. I can tell you guys are like,
Oh, when
you're done, and I'm like,
Yeah.
he's like, I accept your
when
apology.
I tell you directly, Damon, I hate you, and you're like, you don't hate Brian.
Yeah,
That-
yeah. Well, you go,
that-
I hate you. It's
Yeah.
a 3-way text, and I'm like, you don't hate Brian.
That was Aikido in text form. He Steven Seagal'd that text.
Yes. I am in the same shape as Steven Seagal is now.
Yeah, that's-
so that is correct.
Yeah. One day I hope to be in the same shape as Steven Seagal. Wrong way, Steven. That's not what I meant. I didn't mean you come to me, jerk.
Hope to be in the same shape. Not now. No. Hold on. I mean,
That's one of those genie wishes where you're like, you wish it. You're
I
like,
mean,
that's not what I meant, genie, and you knew it.
1992. Come on, man. You know, I'd still be in the same shape as
Yeah.
Chuck Norris if I could do it.
Well,
You know, he's gonna live to be
Yeah.
170. So, but you know what I think it is? God just scared to kill him. That's probably what
probably
it is.
what it is.
So that's the air fryer saga. That was my week. Nothing else crazy. How about you? Anything cool?
No,
Nothing at all.
not a thing.
Big Mac? Anything?
I went to Dubuque.
Yeah, how was your beer flight? Oh, can we talk
it's
about your
good.
trip to Dubuque? Because both of you have put your mouths and stomachs where my money's going to be, because you said that you could eat this like breakfast
yeah.
challenge meal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way I could do the other one, but I think I could do the breakfast one.
Their breakfast is good too. The food was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying you can't. I will pay it. I will pay for the meal and give you the exact amount of money the meal costs to you if you think you could do it, because you can't.
Hold on. Let me.
Yeah,
pull
you look
this
at.
up.
Yeah, you Google it. I'm
You
surprised
pull-
you don't have it in your.
Yeah.
Google already.
I got it. Okay. So,
Yeah.
breakfast challenge: 25-inch pancake, 4 eggs, 4 sausage patties, 1 pound of bacon, 1 pound of American fries or hash browns, 2 milk, and 1 orange juice.
Yeah.
Are those like full size milk and orange juice? Like what size?
Probably cartons.
I didn't ask.
Either cartons or like the Prairie Farms bottles, you know, like the.
But there's a time limit.
Is
30
there?
minutes.
Yeah, it's only 30 minutes.
Wow. See, 30 minutes is a little hard. An hour, I think I got
That's where I think it's going to get you, is at 30 minutes, because the pound of fries and the pancake and the
and the milk.
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, so full disclosure, what idiot read it and went, I can't eat that many pancakes.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't see the
25-inch pancakes. I can't eat 25
I didn't
pancakes. What are
see
they
the
crazy?
inch. I didn't see the inch thing, and I thought, I hope to God they're silver dollar pancakes. But I was a little out, and then they're like, it's a 25-inch pancake. I'm like, then I'm back in. We're doing this.
Would 1 pound of American fries or hash browns? Which one would be easier?
I think hash browns.
I do hash browns.
Because you don't have to chew it.
How
as
many
much.
eggs do you have to eat?
Yeah.
How many eggs?
How many eggs? 4 eggs. That's nothing.
yeah,
No,
that's
but-
nothing.
So listen, honestly, I love skillets. I don't know if you guys like skillets or not,
Yeah.
but I love skillets. I would honestly get those eggs sunny side up. I'd get the hash browns. And it would be delicious, I'm sure. And I'd eat the biggest skillet you ever seen. I might even wrap it up in a pancake like a
Yeah.
fajita. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I'd eat
that'd
the
be the way
biggest
to
skillet
go.
you ever had. Yeah. Yeah. The pound of bacon does not scare me. I'm sorry.
No, the
was
bacon,
it-
the bacon and eggs
I was
doesn't
doing
scare me.
that when I was like 8.
Was there
Yeah.
sausage patties or something too?
4 sausage patties, yeah.
4 sausage patties.
Depends about how big they are.
And those could be good. Those could be like hamburger sized patties. You never know. Those could be big,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, the bacon doesn't scare me. Eggs doesn't scare me. It's A 25-inch pancake is a big pancake.
That's a big pancake.
Yeah.
It's a big pancake.
It's like the size of your hat.
Especially if it's fluffy too. Hey, what'd you think of my hat when I came in?
I guess I wasn't thinking that. I guess Brian nailed it when he said, I was thinking more of the ones that like, I don't know. I didn't think it'd be that big. I didn't think the brim would be that big.
Well, do you see what it's going on?
Yeah. I mean, I knew the hat itself would be huge, but I didn't know the bill part of it would be that big.
Yeah.
Do you like it? Because that's all that matters.
So
I don't care.
I actually do like it.
Well, then it's your hat.
Now, what's fun is everybody makes fun of me.
Well, I don't think the hat has anything to do with that.
It's like, you're so stupid. And I'm like, what are you talking to the hat that way? I do it to everybody. It's not
Yeah.
just you and Mac.
Oh, I see how it is.
It's not just you and Mac.
You were literally just suppressing all of your terrible, terrible life into jokes. Got it.
What has this hat ever done to you? It's brand new.
Is that a brand new hat? Did you just buy that hat? Or have you had it?
No, I bought that hat last weekend after we did our podcast.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Did you drive down to the Dick and be like, hey, give me your silliest hat?
Hey, Dollar General,
Get out.
$5.
$5?
$5. Because
It's not even worth the whole word. It's just $5.
It's a real tree.
I'll give you $5 for that.
It's a real tree hat. So those would be probably 20, 25
no,
bucks somewhere
I think
else.
that's a fake tree hat.
It's a real tree. Yeah. It's a real Christmas tree hat. But so anyway, we're going to have to try and do this whenever we can, leave the town and go inside and eat.
Yeah, no,
something, right?
definitely. Well, so yeah, I'm sorry, I cut you off, Brian. How was your trip to Dubuque? What was the point of it? Did you ever find out?
You're still alive. You're still alive.
It's my anniversary. We stayed,
Well, I know that's why. But was
yeah.
there a point for the location?
Oh no, we stayed at a bed and breakfast, like a Victorian mansion, old house, thing, overlooking the city.
That seems fun.
So like, are you just bad in darts and we're throwing darts like wherever it sticks on the map? And it's like, Dubuque,
No.
Dubuque.
Probably
No.
got a deal. Probably
Well,
had-
yeah. Amy looked it up. I told her, I'm like, whatever you want to do, just find it, book it, we'll go.
So before Damon got here, you said one of the beers in the beer flight you had tasted like Captain Crunch.
Yes.
What can you tell us about
Really?
the
Like
other?
what kind of regular Captain Crunch or like peanut butter crunch? Or
No,
what?
I do like
regular
peanut
Cap-
butter crunch.
Right.
Good
No,
point.
it was like regular Captain Crunch because I did have a peanut butter jelly stout.
How was that?
Peanut butter jelly.
Yeah, all right.
Time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter. Oh, sorry. And a baseball bat. Come on.
One of the stouts, because I like dark beers, and one of the stouts that Amy got was terrible. It was, I don't know.
Did she get a flight, or is
It
this
was-
like
yeah,
she?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I was
We
like,
both got a
She
flight.
got an individual beer, and you had like 10 beers, and you're
No,
like, all
no.
of mine are delicious. Your one is garbage.
I think
If I had more for you to try,
Yeah.
I'd let you try some. But
Oh, that's too bad.
I don't have any extra.
the one that tasted like Captain Crunch was called Murder Horn.
Oh, no wonder you
Is
like
that like a play on Murder Hornet, or is it just
You
like,
know-
or like the
Yeah.
Matterhorn? Like, is it
I think
Disney
it was like-
related for this guy?
Yeah, I think it was maybe Matterhorn.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh.
I can't remember. It was strong. It was like 10%.
Now were they all? Was it light and dark mixed?
You got to pick, so I basically go from light to dark. I start.
Gotcha.
Amy drives me nuts because she goes all over the place. She'll drink a dark beer and then take a sip of the light beer, and then
Yeah, that's
like,
not.
no, you can't.
Yeah.
No, you start a light and you finish.
I mean,
the beer.
I'm
and
not
then
going to
you
tell
work your
people
way up.
how they drink. That's on them. But yeah, it's totally weird if you do that.
It's kind of throw your palate off. I
Yeah.
think, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. See, I don't really care for dark ales, so I wouldn't go that far. So, like the whole Guinness stuff and all that stuff before, I'm not.
Well, what's your? Are you the same with coffee? Do you prefer dark roast?
No, not particularly.
I prefer light roast because it has more caffeine.
Yeah,
Because they haven't burned the caffeine out of it.
really? That's
Yeah.
how it works.
Yep.
Huh.
I always thought it was the opposite until my
Right.
buddy went into the coffee business. 10 Drops Coffee in Plainfield called me,
Yeah, please.
and he.
Or just send some coffee,
learned-
man.
I
I'm
learned-
not that much of a whore.
Yeah, I learned so much about coffee from these guys.
Really?
And yeah. So dark roast, like they burn all the caffeine
Yeah.
out of it, essentially.
So when somebody owns
I
a
like
business,
when Brian says it. Like, oh, that must be an actual fact. When Ted says it, it's like, hey, Brian, can you Google that? Because I don't know if I trust him.
So, yeah, Brian, can you Google that? Yeah, it's a 25-inch pancake. Brian, get off of what you're Googling and please Google something for me. Stop reading your screen. No, I find it odd that you say people that own businesses actually take a lot of time to work with you and teach you on how to do stuff. Because it just seems kind of weird.
That might be the funniest thing you've ever said.
It's not, doesn't seem to be in your wheelhouse to understand or grasp that concept, but I guess it's all good.
Keep you guys
Wait,
in
does
the
he
dark.
work? Yeah. Does he work a full week every week? Or how many vacations does he take?
Yeah. Hey, is that barista in Dubuque right now?
I mean, he's a coffee roaster. Like, he owns a coffee company. He's like a
He's
barista.
a coffee roaster. You're so dark. Your mama hates you. He's just roasting coffee. What do you do?
This took a weird spin.
How do you roast coffee? You're a bitch. What do you do? I did that when you were drinking. How'd that work out?
It was very hot.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Buy a new microphone.
Yeah.
Very hot because
You're lucky one of us respects Brian in his studio.
hey, our new button on the pad is just smoke, Brian. Look what it's doing. That seems expensive. You can use that for a drop. So, hey, I'm glad that we got that far.
Should I get one of those geyser like fog machines so when you hit the button
So that I can enter on a podcast no one can see. Where's Damon? His entrance music is playing, and I just come out of the bathroom. It's like Randy Macho Man Savage music, you know.
I've got them. I can bring one.
Yeah. Bring a strobe light too, so I trip over a whole bunch of stuff on the way. Oh man. So yeah, I had one more thing. My son Chuck.
Before we do that, can we go back to the pancakes?
Yeah,
I wanna
go ahead.
that. Now,
Yeah.
would you put butter and syrup on your pancake?
Yes, I always do.
Yes.
See, it was weird. Like, when I was growing up, it was just butter for me and just syrup for my sister. And now it's been...
Really?
Yeah, I was a kid. I don't know. Now it's been 35, 40 years since then. And when I went to Branson, spent Branson money, we got 14-inch pancakes. And I just put butter on it. My mom was like, oh, just like when you were a kid. I'm like, I have diabetes, mother. I can't put 14 inches of pancake in me plus a gallon of syrup.
Aunt Jemima's the devil, Ma. She's the devil.
and sugar-free syrup is gross.
Yeah, it probably really is. I gotta
awful.
assume it is. Your mom's cheering you on. Come on, son, you can do it. You can do it.
I got to have that buttery goodness in me, Damon.
Hey, so where do we stand on now? My favorite pancakes, honestly, I like blueberry pancakes.
Yeah, no,
With
I'm with
fresh
you.
blueberries in them and stuff.
I don't like it when it's like, is this pie filling?
No, I was gonna say I take
Or when
frozen
they just put it
ones.
on top. If I order fruit pancakes and you just made regular pancakes and spoon some shit on it, I'm out.
Okay, I'm out unless it's apple pie filling
yeah.
with cinnamon.
Well, you can just put
Are
that
you
on
back
a
in
spoon.
now?
Yeah.
You're back in? Okay. Yeah.
Because if you go to Cracker Barrel and you get the side of apples and it's literally just pie filling.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're like,
no. Oh.
Yeah.
am I allowed to eat this?
Yeah.
This seems like a mistake.
Well,
somewhere else I do that. I can't think of. There's another restaurant where it's literally like they just call it baked apples, and it's the most. It literally is the most apple pie thing I've ever had without the crust. It's like, how is this a side?
So I like with the blueberries, but I did make them on my not mine. I don't have one of these Blackstone grills, but I saw them made.
You don't keep them in the garage, but I know people that keep that in the garage.
Yeah,
This is going back to the air fryer. The amount of people that said, well, why can't you just keep the air fryer in the garage? Do you really want to cook food in your garage?
Now I do.
I know you've on your
I have
grill.
both my grills. I
think
my
a
grills.
grill is different.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen the Blackstone, but my grill has a lid.
Yeah.
I know the Blackstones don't, but I'm just saying like.
But I clean it every time before I use it. When I say clean it, I get it hot and then I wipe it.
I really don't want
with
to
a wet
walk
rag.
chicken nuggets out to the garage every time I want to warm up some chicken nuggets.
You're correct, especially since now it's going to start getting cold, and you're going to be like, "Oh, it's 31 degrees in my garage, and I'm outside cooking."
Because an air fryer you can use daily. A grill, I don't think that you do that.
You know what though? I do find, and so
I'm sorry. So you were saying about your
no,
Blackstone.
I do a lot. I do a lot of cooking still. I honestly use the Blackstone for pretty much everything.
Oh, wait.
Other than steaks.
I just heard that you said that you use.
I put
Blackstone.
a magnet on my Weber. It says Blackstone.
Oh, that
yeah.
makes sense.
I have two
Okay.
Webers. I have two Webers. You wouldn't get it.
I have two air fryers. So you wouldn't get it.
Yeah. I hate you so much. So anyway,
Why do you hate Brian? I don't understand.
he's just over there on his phone doing
He's over there
nothing.
not paying attention. Literally, he popped up like, wait, what?
Blueberry pancakes, Brian?
Honeyfield Bakery. Have you guys been there?
No.
Honeyfield Bakery in Lockport. Check it out.
Call us.
We're talking about popcorn. Pancakes.
I think Brian had a stroke over there.
Wow.
You guys smell popcorn? you guys smell popcorn?
But no, I made them with frozen blueberries. So what happens is when you're fresh, you don't have that extra moisture,
Right.
when you're cooking them. So I get one done, and it's not like runny, but it's not full fluff in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And my son Chuck's like, "This is gross," and I'm like, "Buddy, that's if I cook them too long,
because it tastes like it's raw to him, but it's really
it does,
just
right.
Yeah.
It's just the extra water that's coming out of those blueberries,
Right.
And I said next time, we'll rinse the blueberries in warm water. We'll thaw them out before we do it,
Right.
And I said, but that's all we're doing is you're cooking. Like one of my favorite snacks, I like frozen grapes. I don't know if you.
Oh yeah, those are good.
I used to have them all the time when I was a kid, but I love frozen grapes. And
Just like what you were a kid.
but now my kids, my daughter and my wife and my two older boys, they like chocolate chip pancakes. To me, that's blasphemy.
That's what my daughter likes, and not a fan.
Now, so what do you? Okay, chocolate chip pancakes or chocolate chip waffles, however you want to look at it. What do you put on for topping then? Because syrup on top of chocolate. My kids use syrup.
Whipped cream.
Yeah, gross. That to me.
I don't. I'm just
No,
saying.
but I mean, to me, that's a
I think-
dessert. That's not a breakfast.
I don't. If there's whipped cream in the house, but otherwise, no. I think they just eat them.
Yeah.
It literally. Well, you saw when we went to Waffle House. I literally just cut because it has like a grid.
Yeah.
I literally just cut it into the 4 pie pieces and just pick it up and eat it.
Right.
Because it's not drippy because I can't put syrup on it.
Right. Yeah. But no.
God dang diabetes.
Now I do put syrup on the blueberry pancakes. I do.
I mean, I love syrup. I just
But I do
can't-
butter, too. I
can't eat the starch carb pancake or waffle plus syrup. I mean, I can, but I'm not an idiot.
Could you imagine having a 20 one of those 25-inch pancakes and not putting like butter on it because it's going to be so dry.
Yeah.
And when I say dry,
I think
it
if
could
I
be
was,
great.
especially with a 30-minute time limit, I think I would have to murder myself and put syrup on it because you got to make it slide down. Otherwise, you'd be like,
So, okay, you just put something in my head that I did not.
I did not put anything in your head.
No, I did not want to talk about this ever again. But my kids brought it up the other day. We went to a picnic for a local that my father-in-law is a member of. Just like they do an annual picnic.
Yeah.
They didn't do one, of course, this year because of everything else. But a couple years ago, we go, and they have a guy there, and he's a competitive eater. Okay, this is like some of the talent for the day, right?
Yeah.
So they put him out there, and they give him donuts, and he's going to eat donuts. Now I'm thinking to myself, I like where you're going here. Okay, I like.
This is an athlete I can
He
aspire to
opens
be.
the boxes, Ted. He opens the boxes, and they're all Boston cream donuts.
for the lube.
I don't get it, but I don't. I mean, whether it was jelly, why the mess and the grossness that came from this guy was like so. Like to me, if you want to go, and I realize you're not going to just jam cake donuts down because then you're
I would
still
have
going.
gone. I would have gone plain glazed
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you can there's so much air in them. You can squish them down to nothing.
And I figure that's what he's doing with those but what he's doing when he's done, he has this huge pile of custard, like he basically milked every donut.
But then he has to scoop that up, right?
No,
They didn't make him eat that.
No,
Well,
he
then he's
didn't.
not a true
that was my thing.
competitive eater.
But my thought was same thing. And not that I really like glazed donuts, but you're not going to do cake donuts.
No, oh god, no.
You know what I mean? You're not going to do that. Otherwise, you're going to be doing that whole hot dog bun thing where you're dipping them in water and stuff. But it was the grossest thing I've ever seen. I looked away. I walked away. I was
It's
like,
also
we're done.
weird because except for the hot dog contest that they do it every 4th of July, most competitive challenges, the competitive eaters want something else because they get flavor fatigue.
Yeah.
Like their body's just like, I don't want any more of whatever this is in me, and
Right.
it rejects it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even though they're like at the last bit, they're like, hey, can I have some ranch or can I have some ketchup or can I have some barbecue sauce? Even though that's more stuff, it's
Yeah.
just so they can trick their brain into like,
Yeah.
this is
Oh,
new.
this is
Keep
new.
putting this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's usually like an opposite, like an opposing. So if they're drinking or eating a bunch of sweet stuff, they'll go for something salty.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they
Right.
don't want the
Yeah.
same thing repetitively.
Right.
So the
And it
fact
might
that
be their
the fact that it was
favorite thing.
all Boston cream.
Yeah, it might be their favorite. They might be like, "Hey, it's a funnel cake eating challenge," and it's like, "Oh, this is great." But at the end, like you're right, they're gonna.
But most of them, I'm sorry. But at the end, most of them, you see them like they have to clean up the stuff that fell out. Like the fact that he just milked these donuts and be like, well, I'm on.
Well, and
because that just leaves a giant air pocket.
it was an expedition. You know what I mean?
It wasn't
Or
like an actual contest. Yeah, it
exhibition.
wasn't an
Sorry, I
actual-
used the word wrong. But exhibition. It wasn't a contest. So I get it, but it was just like,
Then what's the point?
dude? He takes, and you're not going to see. You're going to see me, but he's holding this thing, and you know how you always make sure when you eat a donut like that, you always put the hole up because what happens when you take a bite and the hole's pointed down to your pants or to your shirt, the jelly, whatever's in it, goes boom right
Yeah.
out. he would take it, put it down, he'd squeeze it and jam it in his mouth. Squeeze it and jam, like he was milking every one of these. It was so gross. Yeah. Yeah. Now, would you like me to do that motion again?
No.
It's like this. It's like this.
I don't know
That's
what.
gonna
I
be
don't
a
know what.
soundbite,
I don't want to know which direction your hole.
Squeeze it, jam it in his mouth.
I don't want to know which direction your hole is pointed.
Yeah.
I don't
Down. Down. He was pointing it down. I always point it hole up. Yeah.
And then squeeze it and jam it in your mouth.
And jam in your mouth. So anyway, yeah, I didn't want to go on that tangent, but the kids, we brought it up the other day, and it was like, yeah, when you said that about trying to get the pancakes down,
Yeah.
you're right. Because you're almost going to have a, I won't say a competitive mindset like that.
I mean, maybe that's where the milk and the juice comes in. Maybe they had too many people like almost choked to death on 25 inches of pancake.
Yeah, but I mean, you could bring me a couple glasses of water too. I mean, it's
True.
Not, so the
It's
juice.
gross. Like if you ever watched that hot dog thing at the Nathan's Hot Dog where they like soak everything in water?
Very shortly, because honestly, it grosses me out.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you would do that.
Like the fact that they have to like dunk everything into water to swallow it down.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's gross. That's
Yeah.
gross.
All right. So
So anyway, I one more thing happened this week that I was
47 minutes later.
Yeah.
We
It's
can't do
been
this every week.
33 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
So Ted,
I'm looking at the clock.
yeah. So but no, I was laughing because my son Chuck wants a video game.
Wants a video game.
Yeah, he wants a video game. Well, they have a Thanksgiving break. So instead of normally Thanksgiving week you go till like Wednesday and then you're off Thursday, Friday. They're getting the week off.
I don't know what the hell's going on with school anymore. So
Right.
Sure.
So they're getting the week off. So he wants this new Call of Duty game, which looks pretty cool. I can't play first person shooters because it gives me a huge headache, like trying to follow it. But I can watch it like a movie. I find it very entertaining. So anyway, he wants this game. Well, Christmas is coming. Well, his buddy's got it, and he's going to be home. Instead of them wanting to play Madden, they're playing another game because they're going to all be on this.
Right.
So he came to me and he says, "Dad," he goes, "can I buy that game?" Because the first thing I told him, I said, "Christmas is coming." He goes, "Can I buy it for myself?" He said, "Because I want to have it." And he goes, "Everybody else is going to be playing it." So he's kind of selling some of the points to me, and we're talking about it. And then he tells me, so he goes farther. He goes, I want some new, and he didn't say I need. He didn't go, "I need the new Call of Duty." He said, "I want the new Call of Duty." And so at least he's using that right too, because I've had several kids and even adults come to me before and be like, "I need this," and it's like, you don't.
I need an air fryer.
Yeah, I want an air fryer. There's
You
a
should have been
difference.
like, "Hey, Chuck, I'll buy you the game. You buy me the air fryer, and then we don't have to worry about it." Damon, I said you can't buy an air fryer.
Well-
I didn't buy an air
Well,
fryer.
what would happen is I would come home and find frozen chicken nuggets on top of a Call of Duty game sitting on the counter, and I'd be like, and she'd be, "Go ahead, make your dinner."
I'd be like, "How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you defy the gift our child has given me?"
So he says that. I said, "Tell you what," I said, "I'm on board." I said, "Let's ask Mom when she gets home." Okay. So Mom gets home, and he comes down like 20 minutes later, and he says, "Hey," he says, "Did you talk to Mom about me getting that game?" I said, "No. Why would I talk to your mom about getting a game? It's not my problem, not my business." And he goes, "Oh," and she goes, "What game?" Because it's always like, every week or so, he's like, "Can I spend a couple bucks on this or this, that?" It's nothing crazy,
Yeah.
and that's us paying for it. This time he wants to pay for it. So he starts talking and this and that. She goes, "Christmas is coming." He goes, "Yeah, but she goes, "Well, Christmas is coming." He starts walking away. And I go, "Where are you going?"
Is no one able to buy anything in your house?
Yeah,
Because I'm
so-
noticing a theme.
Yeah. So I says, he's walking away. And I go, "Well, she's looking for ideas." Because as the kids get older, they're harder to buy for.
Yeah.
They really are. So here's something he really wants. It's like, boom, we got a winner, And I understand. She can give it to my mom, her mom. She can get it. It can be, there's an idea of something he wants. We know it will be a success, So I understand that. But at the same time, then he starts walking away. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Mom said no." And I'm like, I don't want him to argue with his mother, but I don't want him to give up that easy. You know what I mean? Don't give up that easy. So I said, "Come sit down." So I talk as if I'm him and go through these bullet points and this and that. And I said, and I told him I'm on board with it if you're okay with it. I said, "It's up to you." And she's like, "Well, I guess we're doing it then." And I'm like, no, I want it. So I had to run through the whole bullet points of, hey, my buddy's going to have it. I'd like to hang with them. I know I can't go to their house or do this or that, or we're not going to be outside playing because it's not going to be nice next week,
Right.
and everything else. And then I fall farther behind. They're all better than me already. And it's just stupid little stuff that I could think of that makes a little bit of sense, And honestly, the kid does everything we ask him to, so it's not a big deal. And he asked to spend his own money, So she goes, well, I said, Chuck, you make some good points that you did not make because you were going to walk away and give up too easy, I said, me and Mom will talk. We'll talk to you later. So she went upstairs later on. She said, go ahead and get the game, So she goes, well, I don't want him to argue with you. I said, but as he gets older, I said, he's going to have discussions with women. He can't give up so easy. Like that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then instantly, I almost got murdered.
Yeah.
On my couch.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah. And she goes, what? I says, no. I said,
oh, you said no, and it means no.
No. She goes, what do you mean? I said, you drop her off and you go, how about a kiss goodnight? No. Well, then now you got to start working your magic, Chuck. Okay. That kiss ain't just going to happen.
Time stamp all of this.
Yeah, wait.
But I'm just so in reality, I taught him how to sell this week. He knows how to wheel and deal and when he's buying stuff, but he doesn't know how to sell himself and or what. And I told him, I said, the main thing is make sure you say it's what I want. It's never say, yeah.
It's not getting better.
Yeah. As you get older, just say, this is what I want.
No.
And no, that's not. But what I'm saying is don't say, I need this. Now, again, might go a little better too when you're older. But I want my kids to know the difference between need and want. You know what I'm saying?
I understand the point you're making. I think the analogy you've used is horrible.
Awful.
Yeah.
You guys both suck.
No, I don't. And no means no.
Wow. Not even going to let me try the magic fingers, huh?
No. You can't tempt me with your shirt.
Hey, this shirt was killer. Come on.
Still angry about it.
Huh?
Still angry.
Well, you should really be angry at our friend Jamie from school. You shouldn't be angry at me. I brought it to your attention just so you could see it.
Uh-huh.
You're welcome. So I accept your apology.
Is Jamie a listener of the podcast?
Yeah, he is. So maybe you should thank him for
Has
being
Jamie
able to see it.
left a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts?
I don't know. Everybody should leave a 5-star review on every
Subscribe,
podcast.
download. This stuff does help.
Yeah.
Like we don't say it because we want it. It's because we need it.
So I'm not going to give up this easy. You got to give us a review.
Yeah. Please do.
So what about you want to jump into some weird stories?
Let's do that.
Hey, can I tell one weird story that I forgot to tell last time?
Well, I mean, we were so distracted by that turtle. I mean, we spent 74 days looking for that turtle.
That really was one of my favorite weird stories that we've done, if not the. No, remember how I was talking about how I willed a McDonald's worker to actually spray / douche themselves with cola?
Which, to be fair,
yeah,
douche in French means shower. So
correct.
Yeah.
So
I'm letting you slide.
Oui.
I'm letting you slide on it.
Yeah. So anyway, remember I told you I willed that to happen, right?
Yeah.
So I brought up, we grew up in a small town, Mac.
I grew up in a small town.
So here's a little ditty about Jack and Diane. So anyway, do you get that reference?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just checking, Mister. I
Wicked
work
Vic
in a
covers
music
that
store.
song.
Yeah, just checking.
I know the cover of that song.
Yeah, yeah. Guy drives a Cougar. I don't know something. Guy's old.
He has a melon camp, from what I understand.
Yeah, but no, we used to have full service gas stations. They might still have them somewhere.
I think Jersey and Oregon.
Oh, like by law or something they have to do it? Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, we used to have full service gas stations. We had one down at the end of, right when you got out on Old Route 66 called Kaler Gas Station. John Kaler was the guy.
It's now an ice cream shop.
It is an ice cream shop. But anyway, I remember going there, and you're always little kids, you're sitting in the back seat. So here comes this guy who had a real deep voice, real friendly guy, but he was like bigger than big when you're sitting in the back of a car, and he's leaning down it. He had a change belt on because you'd pay cash for stuff actually, and he'd actually count out your change and give it to you. Yeah. So we go there one time, and I don't remember where we're going. Somewhere where my mom had prepared some food, and we go to the gas station. Which again, in relation to where I grew up, that house, it was probably 6 or 7 blocks, 8 blocks, and a couple turns.
Yeah, left turn. Right.
Okay. So anyway, we get there, and John Kaler starts pumping, and he's talking to my mom, and he gets done, and he says, "Hey Becky," he says, "Do you mind if I have a deviled egg?" Well, my mom made deviled eggs to take them. She put them on a glass plate.
I was gonna say, what is she? Is he in the car?
So
let me just go through your trunk right
I figure
here.
he's bent down a lot. So she looks over at the passenger seat. She's gonna give him a deviled egg.
Oh, see, your mom's much nicer because your answer would have been like, John, I don't have any extra.
Yeah, I don't have any extra. So, do you have any napkins? Because I'm getting these all over me. This is my lunch. We're not going anywhere. This is my lunch. So anyway, she looks over and she goes, "Oh," and the plate's not on the seat because the plate is on the roof of the car, and it's still there. So she went to get in, got boom, 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 and gets us loaded up and all the chaos that comes with, Damon and Kyle and getting in the car. And we weren't like in car seats. Of course, back then we were never in car seats.
I just stood up in between between the driver and the passenger.
Hey,
yeah.
You want me to lay on the brake pedal or the gas pedal? Where do you want me to lay? But anyway, he hands her the plate, and they're like, and she goes, "Do you really want one?" He goes, "No, I just thought it'd be really funny to ask if I could have one," because he pumped all the gas
the whole
too.
time. It's up there, right?
And he's staring at it, But that's why I said. But it was a heavy glass plate too, so she would have been mad if it would have came off and broke, and But yeah,
that set on pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you remember what car that was?
That was it was a 75 or 76.
It was a deuce and a quarter.
No, Pontiac Catalina. It was
all right.
It's like lime green with white interior. It's the one that I told you I got stuck in that seatbelt.
Yeah.
It was that car. We had to cut the back seatbelt later on. But yeah. No, it was a
because you wanted the devil eggs on the roof.
Yeah. Where's Damon?
Where are those roof eggs?
Why did I even climb out here? You just see my face come over the windshield. Ma, there's no more deviled eggs on the roof. I'm still chewing.
Look at how red he is.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
It's like matching your Megazord shirt.
Oh, man. It's funny that you say that, though, because did I tell the story in college where I had a briefcase and I put a fake foot at one side and a fake hand out the other?
No.
We'll save that. That's not important. But the fake hand, we put that in my dad's trunk.
Okay.
One day, just had it hanging out and forgot. And he went to work.
Oh, no.
And you know where the teachers used to park at the middle school?
Yeah.
Like literally right across from the front.
Nothing like a teacher having a small hand hanging out their trunk.
Yeah, he might have been principal at that point.
Oh, man.
Actually, I think he was. So we put, someone, like, teachers kept coming in like, Steve, did you have a problem with one of the students? And he's like, no, what's going on? And he was so angry when he came home. Because it looks like a real sleeve and a real hand. It was just hanging out of the trunk, and we forgot. It was just a joke. We'd forgotten about it. And, my dad would just drive around town, not even notice. Probably not even notice that. As the hand's like flapping and smacking.
I gotta call the mechanic. I got a weird noise going on whenever I go over bumps.
Steve, you have a hand back. I don't think it's mechanical. I really like you, so I'm going to give you a 10-minute head start, and then I'm calling the cop.
Yeah. I tried high-fiving it. It ain't having none of it.
It was very cold.
Cold and desolate.
Oh, yeah. See, look at you.
Yeah.
You're doing
I know the board.
But no, I wanted to tell that story because I had it in my brain. You know how you think of stuff, you're like, oh, I'm just going to go right into that when I'm done.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that way. But that deviled egg story made me I picture my fat little face just coming right over the Ma!
That's what got me.
There's no more deviled eggs on the roof. Please tell me there's a second plate somewhere. Oh, but all right. So real quick before we go into the strange stories, how about if we do I got a dead to me list.
Uh-oh.
All right. No, listen. It's going to be quick and to the point. All right. COVID. You're dead to me. All right. People who drive with their blinker on. Okay. Really tired of that. Seems to be a standard thing.
So tired of people in the right lane. And then they have their left turn signal on, and then they turn right. Like, What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Left hand makes an L, buddy. Left hand makes an L. You know what else is dead to me? Being dark at dinner time.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you start your day in the dark and you know what I mean? You don't have a day.
Working dark to dark. What a way to make a living.
Yeah. Yeah. But and then the last one, this came about in the last day or so, and this affects quite a few people. Anyone who tries to push White Castle onto me. Okay. So this may be a whole group of slackers. This may be
I almost brought a tropical berry lemonade today.
yeah. I do feel like Jamie was a victim of her own post when she posted,
Yeah.
hey,
Hey,
sliders
White
for dinner.
Castles for dinner. Yay.
Yeah.
And yeah, we like swarmed on that.
Well, you said, can Damon come over? And she said, hey, I got 2 kids already gone. Right. And I'm like, I get that because I know what it's like. It's like throwing a baby bunny to the wolves.
Right.
We're done. Yeah. What happened? Yeah. It's like throwing a midget.
Hey, can I get one of those back? Oh.
Yeah. I gave you one too many. Oh, okay.
Never mind.
You guys full?
Never
All right. Yeah. But no, that's I get that. But then you're like, oh, he just wants to smell them. And then Hooper hops on.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I don't. He doesn't need to eat them. I just need them for the smell.
Yeah. Then Hooper hops on from the Hollywood Slackers.
Yeah, there's too many Jamies in our audience.
And basically says that they have a friend there that makes candles.
Yeah.
So they'll work on doing a White Castle one so that you guys can burn it in the studio here.
Oh, that's awesome.
You shut your face. All right. So anyway,
I hate your face.
Yeah. Yeah. Ma, got any more deviled eggs up here? Yeah. Hey, if that's not a drop, I don't know what's going to make the board.
If you can you put that smoke machine behind him so we can tell when he stews?
But
Wait, what? I thought that smoke went up. Why did it suddenly go left?
But you can see I capitalized the word anyone. So it's anyone who tries to push White Castle on me.
I like how it's a running list because I saw Wendy's lemonade from last week.
Oh, I got dates on here, man. Candy corn, ESPN football. It's the dead to me list, baby. It's right at the top. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to forget. I don't ever want to let up, you know?
I will say that I'm buying candles after this episode from another one of our friends.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, out in the parking lot. We're doing a little deal.
Really?
Yeah, Amy Blaze makes candles. So I'm buying one of her candles.
Really?
So I feel obligated to buy Hooper's friends candles. And if they make a White Castle one, I'll definitely buy it. I'm just trying to support like friends and small businesses and people that have stuff this year. So that's
that is
kinda
the
what I'm
way.
doing.
Now we did that on our page a little earlier, and we're going to put some more stuff up. But we did put. You should shop local businesses, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
And it might all be online. I get it, but you should shop. So we put the thing up from Lola. All right.
Oh, right.
About the well-being holiday baskets they have.
Yeah.
Okay. We should put a link up for Footwedge Custom Pens on Etsy.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I know the Kazoo Whisker Crew has some different merch.
Yeah. Hey, I think they should put us on their website because I think we'd get better publicity over there than they would on ours. But.
Yeah. So the 2 people that might have a beard that listen to us, and weird thing is one's a boy and one's a girl. But anyway,
One of them's in Bahrain.
Yeah. He's talking to me. He is talking to me right now.
I'm just gonna point to my watch. That indicates
universal timestamp.
Yeah, that indicates timestamp. Speaking of international, do you see? We called out people wearing backwards hats last week, and Macaulay was like, "Ted, I wear a backwards hat." And I was like, "Oh, that's right, you do." So I told him that his avatar has him in a backwards hat. He has a cartoon avatar of his avatar in a backwards hat, and he's not a juice box, so he gets a pass on it.
Okay.
I mean, it's part of his look.
Right.
Like he's not wearing a backwards hat. Like it's
As
like
a statement.
Right.
Well, and
it's just his hat. It's
Well,
like
and
he's
he's-
always in that hat.
well, and he's from Canada, so
Yeah, I
right
said-
now,
yeah.
Depeche Mode is like in the top 20.
Right.
So yeah, I get
I
it.
said the international rules are different.
Yeah. When you're that close to the equator,
Right.
you get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Do we need to bring in a globe?
He is talking to me right now.
Can you Google Earth and put it up? They have one of those.
URF. What does that mean? Earth.
I mean, maybe on the flat Earth, he's close to the equator. I don't know how that.
Boy, thanks for putting the L in this time.
The L.
Yeah, you said flat.
Oh,
normally he's like, maybe the Damon's fat Earth. So hey, let's.
Yeah, is that supposed to be a wraparound shirt or?
It's weird.
The logo's all the way at your armpits.
Never seen China and Florida touch before. Oh my God. It's a lot of fabric. So anyway. So let's get into some weird
I've been
stories.
tickled this episode.
Hey, you're welcome.
Gross.
My magic fingers.
Gross.
Don't say no. So this one was for Mac. There's men banned from Yellowstone over chickens.
I saw that.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you see
Yeah.
Of course he did. He probably has a Google alert.
Yeah.
Someone
Chickens.
said chicken.
Chickens.
Someone's killing chickens other than me.
Oh.
In unique and original ways.
Someone on, I don't remember, it was Twitter or Instagram or something that I'm trying to push because we have this thing that we do called a podcast and trying to do some marketing for it. Someone
Yeah.
put that thing that you got that defeathers the birds.
Yeah.
Someone put a picture of that from like a Farm and Fleet ad or a Fleet Farm. You know, there's two of them. There's Farm and Fleet, and
Yeah.
there's a store called Fleet Farm.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later. And said, what is this thing? What happens to the birds? Because they had birds around it. And I was like, oh, you don't want to know.
Did I show you the video?
Well, the only reason I knew what that was is because of your sick ass over there. Like, watch this. I can naked a bird in like 8 seconds.
Yeah.
The only way I knew what that thing was.
Yeah.
Like, that's a torture device for
I
birds.
just chain him to my car and drag him through it at 40 mile an hour.
Because how do you sell that product? Like, literally, it was like that product, and then like cute little pictures of like a chicken and like a duck and like a goose. And I'm like, no.
Reality is so much more hilarious.
Those are not friendly.
Yeah, the reality of it. Yeah. Yeah.
You mean hilarious or delicious?
Yeah. Yeah. So you know now that, spoiler alert, you guys know about this story then a little bit.
Yeah.
But essentially, guys were trying to cook chickens with geyser heat.
The heated geysers, yeah.
The heated geysers.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it checks out. The math is there. Science works.
the math is there, but okay, so kind of. Because here's what I did see. That they said that the geysers, they range from 180 to 196 degrees. How long you got to cook a damn chicken at 196
Have you not heard
degrees?
of the cooking process known as sous vide, where you keep it at a low temperature for a long period of time in water, and then it cooks itself? Brian has.
Yeah. How do you think you're going to get away with it? You need something. You need.
Who is in a national park in 2020? This is the year you could do anything you want in a national park. Brian probably has.
I feel like they should have like tied like, I don't know, some fishing line to it or something so they could be a good 20 yards away from it.
Yeah.
And still have a hold of it so that they weren't just like crouched over their boiling chicken, and they might have gotten away with it.
Cut the line. Oh,
Like,
was Scooby-Doo there? I
Like,
would have
you
gotten
know,
away with
if
it.
they were
If it
just
wasn't
like,
for this.
if it appeared like they were just admiring the scenery for 4 hours in the same spot.
Yeah, with a fishing pole. With a fishing pole tied to a
just-
turkey.
just
it would
a
just be a
line,
line, you know, like attached maybe to their ankle.
And then they can pretend like, oh, I must have snagged that walking up here. I don't know how that's attached to me.
Yeah, that's a great story too.
There's a chicken on the end of it? Can I eat it?
Oh my God. And it's skinned already? Get out of here.
Get out.
That's the geyser slow roasted recipe. I'm gonna go ahead and have me some of that.
Man, the ghost of Kenny Rogers is really stretching this time.
Does geyser water have like minerals and stuff in it?
What, you thinking about it?
Well, I'm just wondering, like, does it season the chicken?
That's gonna be way too moist for chicken. I don't need.
I would hope they put it in like a container. Like they didn't just like throw the raw chicken in the geyser. Good luck.
That's what I was imagining.
Hope none of this water goes downstream.
Did they not just throw
Suddenly people 2 states away are getting salmonella for no reason. They're like, what's going on?
They probably didn't give the cooking process details in the article, did they?
Your buddies.
Look at, he wants to
No,
know.
they didn't.
Is there a recipe?
They didn't. No. Yeah.
No, but seriously,
How much paprika do you
literally
use?
imagine that they like put the chicken directly
Oh,
into
yeah.
the.
Hillbillies that went to a national park to cook
Yeah.
chickens in a geyser. Yeah, they just threw it
Hey,
right in.
odds are they didn't tie it to nothing either. They're waiting for Old Faithful to shoot that sumbitch
Yeah.
40 feet in the air,
They're running
and they're going
around
to
with
catch it.
fishing nets.
Yeah, I bet they didn't even have foil or anything. It was just like, just throw it in. Just throw it in.
Meanwhile, his buddy's 2 holes over peeing.
Yeah.
It's like, stop. This is all going to touch. Don't do that.
I want it for the minerals.
Yeah.
Got minerals in it.
So I think that's funny.
Literally, every question Brian has seems to be like research on how to do this properly, not are these people stupid.
So it did say that the ranger received reports the group was hiking with pots. Okay.
Oh, never mind.
And they caught up with the group, discovered they had a burlap sack with 2 whole chickens in it. So
Brian's over there like, yeah, that's how you carry him. Burlap. Sure.
all 3 men are banned from the park for the time being. For the time being. Listen. You got to go away today. Okay. We're going to keep the chickens. Okay.
We want to try this out.
Yeah. Meanwhile, they're like building a restaurant over over that particular area. The boiler's fed by hot spring water.
You got a bear over there going, hey, boo boo. What are they going to do with them chickens, boo boo?
That's the best part. They're like, you got to leave the chickens and at least one of those pots.
Yeah. Do you guys have any seasoning? We're going to confiscate that too.
Yeah.
But no,
You guys got any Sweet Baby Ray's in there? Call me.
all right. So you guys knew that one. That's fine. So I have.
It was chicken related.
Yeah.
How was Brian not going to know it?
Hey, so I have another one that's chicken related. You ready? Name of a favorite food wakes Taiwanese teen from coma.
Yep, saw that one too.
Did you really? Yeah. Yeah, so the kid's in a coma. He's in a real bad accident. He's in a coma for a while, okay? And his brother says, hey, if you don't get out of the coma, if you don't wake up, I'm going to go home and basically eat fried chicken. Like fried chicken fingers, fried chicken strips. It's this kid's favorite meal, right? He's in like a motorcycle accident. He's screwed up pretty bad. They didn't think he was going to live. He lived, but he's in a coma. All of a sudden, the vital signs start going up, and the kid wakes up because he wants his chicken. He wakes up for basically chicken tenders, chicken nuggets.
I'm glad that he's alive and he woke up and everything, but man, that's.
But is there a
sad.
food?
Well, I would just say for you, it's just food, right?
Yeah, I'm going to eat.
You guys cooking?
Wait a minute.
You guys cooking?
Are you hungry? I mean, I could eat. I've been asleep for like 4 months. I could eat.
My God,
I could eat.
I look like Steven Seagal after he came out of a coma. Out for Justice. Was that the name of that movie? There was one of them where he woke up. He woke up. He was in a coma for like half a year, and he still had a better physique than you do.
For the last 74 years, I've been a cop. And nobody knows. So anyway, yeah, it was 62 days that he was in a coma. Okay. So basically, he said, if you don't wake up, I'm going to eat your favorite chicken fillet. All right. So that's what woke him up. And then he was able to stabilize and eventually go back home. And then he brought a cake back to thank the people at the hospital.
You said fillet, really weird. Like you were angry at it, or
well, because to me it's just it's a fancy word for chicken finger. I mean, that's really all it is, right? It's not anything. I don't know. It doesn't. Why would that be your go-to? You know, why would that be what you're going to go to? So Mac's seen both the chicken stories.
Yep.
All right. So this one, I just got the whole article. I was going to jump around, but here's the deal. The 8 grossest items found in food. You interested?
Besides your face?
I was in a coma for 62 days. I was in a coma for 62 days. Okay. Well, here, I'll ask you the title, and then you can tell me if you want to hear about it. It was a condiment. Maybe some French toast from IHOP that had a condom in it.
I thought you said condiment.
Condiment. It was a condiment. Yes. Yeah. Guy ordered French toast and then basically had to run to the bathroom and force vomiting to get a condom out of their throat, out of their windpipe.
What? How do you hide that in French toast? It's like there's a pocket in it.
When consuming the meal, it felt something lodged in her throat. Caused her to have difficulty breathing. Yeah. Yep. So she basically had to run to the bathroom and vomit. That didn't work. So she proceeded to place her fingers in there and attempt to pull it out.
I just have a gross story. I don't know if I want to tell it.
It hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped tons of fun over here all day.
It's way more voluntary than this one. So shortly after high school, house party, there's this dude.
Wait, Kid and Play were there?
Trying to remember his name.
I like where you went there.
Yeah.
But for some reason, he thought a great party trick was to snort a condom through his nose and then
do the
pull. Yeah. And it's why a condom? Why?
I saw people do it with rubber bands. Rubber bands make more sense. Yeah. Rubber bands make more sense.
I don't.
Wow,
dude.
Maybe because he thought it'd be lubricated.
I'm gonna have to. Maybe.
Yeah, did you ever get an answer to that?
No.
Or did you like cut that person out of your life like you should have?
Yeah. No, I don't.
You like? Did you go?
But
on,
I know people that were there that I still talk to, so I'm gonna have to find out who that was.
What's the date on that? So Damon can date stamp that on the dead to him list. Right out of high school. So that was what 9 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It was roughly 2004-ish.
Hey, he hopes to graduate in 2022. You just be quiet, Wilson.
Do you guys still have dreams that you're in high school?
I barely remember being in high school. So
Every once in a while, I wake up and I'm like, oh, thank God, because I thought I was still in high school.
Well, I don't. Hey, timestamp that.
I wish I was in high school because I wasn't talking to this guy back then. So
yeah. High school was the best 4 years of my life.
yeah, other people would call those our dark years. I call them like sanctuary.
Hey, how about an ultimate finger food?
Was there a finger in a food?
14-year-old boy in Jackson, Michigan took a bite of his roast beef sandwich from some place who has all the meats, including fingers, only to discover he had bitten into a human finger. Basically,
It was on the slicer.
they were slicing it. They sliced it off. The other guys took over as they ran away and finished making the beef sandwich with the hunk of finger still in it.
I've done that with a
Sliced your
mandolin.
finger off?
Yeah.
And just like let your family eat.
Well,
it?
no, I was home by myself, so that was pretty cool. And that like was the worst pain, like because it was just like it kind of like bisected the top of my finger.
Yeah. I guess if it's that sharp, you may not really feel it.
Well,
I
was on a mandolin and I wasn't using the guard like you're supposed to. So it was my fault.
Yeah. Was that you?
Huh?
What did you
I
do?
was drinking his coffee.
I kicked a garbage can.
We don't drop the weights. All right. Set them down nice. What the hell are you doing over there?
I was in a GNC once. 'Cause I've never been in one of those places. And they had barbells and stuff at the back.
Yeah.
And one of our friends from high school, I was looking down at the ones on the bottom. One of the friends from high school was looking at the ones higher up, picked it up. I don't know what they call the thing in the end that holds the weight on. You know, like when you put the weight on, you like screw it down.
Right, yeah.
That wasn't tightened down.
Ooh.
So that hit me right in the back of the head.
Oh.
And the guy at the front heard the crack. Comes back, he's like, did that weight not have a fastener? And I'm like, it was the fastener that hit me, you jackass. And had I known then about the litigious society that we live in now, I would have sued that guy. But I was just like, he's like, you're all right? I'm like, I'm leaving. GNC. Probably had a concussion. Probably dumb to this day because of it.
Yeah, because of that. Yeah, starting then. Yeah.
Literally set that on the tee for you. But I didn't give you a 36-inch bat. That's the difference.
No, and I'll tell you what, I'll chop at it with a 29. Doesn't matter.
Well, you're used to it.
So here's the last one. This one might get you the hardest. Yep, no joke intended. So, women in Brownsboro, Texas, bit into a tooth that was lodged in a Milky Way bar she was eating.
Oh, that's gross.
It's unclear if it was a human or animal tooth.
Which would you prefer at that point?
Animal. None of her teeth were damaged. She elected not to mail it back to Mars, which owns Milky Way, out of concern the company would hold on to the evidence. Mars did the next best thing. It's actually possible. Offered her coupons for free candy bars, as well as a letter of apology. Wow. You know, the weird thing is the new fun size, you probably couldn't fit a tooth in there.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Or you'd see it.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be? I will tell you, though, that do you remember when they had the Intimans outlet up on...
No, but I wish I did.
Now it's like a gas station. I don't know what happened to it. Well, probably my story is going to tell you what happened to it. We went there, and on the way back, I remember Big Nate was with us.
Okay.
So it was my parents, Big Nate. I don't know where my sister was, possibly dead.
To you?
She's alive, yeah.
To you?
She's alive.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if people know this. Like, my sister was barely around after sophomore year. She went away for most of her high school, came back for senior year, and then in the summers would go away for the entire summer and work as a camp counselor. And then she went to Virginia for college and was basically never seen again.
Right.
She was written out of the sitcom. She was like the older brother in Happy Days. We just never spoke of her.
She was Chuck.
She was Chuck.
Chuck from Happy Days.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know, for you, maybe the youngest kid on Family Matters. That girl just disappeared too. Anyway,
Nope.
We're driving home. We're eating the Intimans in the car because why would you wait till you got home?
Never.
Suddenly there's a Band-Aid in my mouth. Yeah.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, I'm being dead serious. But Intamins played the Mars game, and they gave us like free Intamins, and I'm like, seems like a fair trade-off. We had free Intamins for a good long time after that.
I'm hoping for some free Chipotle. I ordered Chipotle yesterday. You have to order online and pick it up, and it's in like a hermetically sealed bag when you take it off the shelf. I ordered a steak burrito bowl. Okay, it's very specific.
Yeah, I'm with you so far. I'm very disturbed because we're talking about human parts and food.
Yeah. No. Well, yeah, okay, this isn't nearly as gross, but it's very disappointing. You get back to the break room, open it up, there's no steak.
Oh, it's just burrito bowl?
It is literally just like rice, light black beans, because I asked for light black beans.
Didn't want to stew at work. We get it. Sure.
Really light steak. Really light. Invisible. I want invisible steak.
That happened to me at the launching pad in Wilmington. I'm not blaming the launching pad, so I'm going to say them. Please call me.
Yeah.
Once you put pizza burgers back on the menu.
Yeah. And a Whopper.
I read today that they're looking at putting equipment in January. Put burgers and fries back on the menu. Anyway, I ordered a banana split. Guess what was missing?
Bananas.
Nailed it in one. Brian got it right over there.
It's split, bro.
Yeah. No. One of our very close mutual acquaintances was the person who made that
Really?
banana split. Yeah.
That wouldn't even fit in the thing. They had to put a ton of ice cream in there to make it even set up
Well,
right.
I was like, something's weird. Something's very weird. And I was like, wait a minute.
I love a banana split. Hold the fruit.
Yeah.
It sounds too healthy.
Yeah. So did you call them? Did they do anything? Or did you just like...
They won't even answer the phone because they don't want to have to deal with people saying, what do you mean I can't order over the phone?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, so all I could do was leave several 1-star reviews.
Wow. You didn't even like 4-star them or 3-star them. You like straight to no.
What? There was no steak in my steak bowl.
Now I want free stuff.
They ruined my lunch break.
Now I want free stuff.
Wow.
What happened to me in...
Wow.
I was doing...
Mac, he's such a prick. Wow.
I mean, it would be like if you guys showed up here and there were no microphones.
Well, I went to...
Well, man, it's a...
I went to a restaurant once. It's a royalty restaurant that isn't Dairy Queen.
Gotcha.
And I ordered their famous sandwich that I can have my way, according to them.
Yeah.
And I was right out of college, still in college. I was down to my last few bucks. So like literally I bought this and I said, this is how I want it. I don't want this, or this. And they're like, okay, got it. Totally wrong. And so I'm saying literally the thing, and I was so angry and so like upset. I literally took the bag and threw it over the little window where they stand into like where the cooks were. And I'm like, you can have these back your way. And I just like whipped it back there and I walked out. And I was like, damn, now I have no food.
Were you having a bad day?
I mean, I was going there for food. So yeah, clearly.
Yeah. Well, when it's supposed to be your way.
Yeah. Well, because I got in an argument. I'm like, look, I don't want this on it. I want you to add this. Like that comes on it. No, it does not. Your sandwich does not put this on it. Yeah, we do. No, you don't. I wanted mustard on their famous sandwich.
Yeah.
And not ketchup. And they put ketchup on it. They have a design on the bag that shows you everything that goes on. I'm like, could you give me one of your bags?
Yeah.
You see any yellow on this that isn't cheese? You don't.
Yeah.
And so I got it, and I was just like, whoop. Chuck that sucker right in the bag.
They wouldn't give me a receipt. Actually, they don't give receipts at all at the one by me. I went through there.
The royalty wouldn't?
Yeah. I was like, hey, can I get a receipt? And they just handed me a random receipt. I'm like, no, this isn't mine because work was paying for lunch.
Yeah, I travel for work, so I'm very much like, I don't usually get a receipt, but yeah, I need receipts today. Okay.
Yeah. And she's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I was like, are you for real? There's a whole pile of receipts there.
Yeah.
Let me check.
That many cars.
Right.
Me.
I would have been like, I would have visibly and angrily put my car in park and been like, well, we're going to talk about it. And just like, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not moving until you give me my receipt.
Yeah. They just write it on a piece of construction paper, you know.
Yeah.
Ted spent $14.
No, if you guys have like partnership money, call us.
Wow. That took an ugly turn after Mac was snorting condoms, or his friend was, and then a tooth and a candy bar.
Yeah.
Honestly,
that stuff never happened to you?
No.
I mean, you probably had hair in your food though.
It's usually
I was at a place where I had 2 hairs in my food. One was blonde, one was black. Back when I had hair, neither one of them were that color.
Yeah, my hair is red.
Yeah.
So
if this was gingerbread, I'd be okay with it, but none of this is me.
No, I never really had.
You probably eat too fast. Don't even notice it.
That was
No,
gross.
you know what I get occasionally, and it sucks. But I keep because I often get
Not
ready
me,
when I
'cause
go
no
out the
means
door.
no.
Yeah, I often get ready when I go out the door, and I keep another toothbrush and toothpaste downstairs in my bathroom downstairs, so that if I want to do that, I don't have to go back upstairs. Boom, I'm done. Well, my daughter also in the same area where I put it, she'll throw her brush down there.
Oh, did you get hair in your toothbrush?
Yeah, almost like semi-regularly if I do that, and it drives me crazy because you're like, that's the grossest thing. You jam it in, you're like, this is not. Now, luckily, it's not a public restroom, so I'm not.
Right.
It's not some cook's hair, going in. So I get it, but it's one of those things where it's like I could have done without that, So
I'm gonna pass.
yeah. Yeah.
Survey says no.
You put the toothpaste on, and all of a sudden you see like a white strand going down.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, so it's wrapped around it right now. Okay, well, I guess I'll rinse this off. And
Well, at least you notice it that way. Yeah. It's when it's in your mouth and you can't it's in there and you can't find it.
Yeah,
You're like just pulling it.
But you are correct. If you took a bite of food or something at a restaurant, that would probably really gross me out. Not as much as
and they're always like, well,
a Band-Aid and a coffee cake.
Like, we can always get you something else. No, I'm done. Like I'm literally like, you want me to go? Like I played your roulette. I lost. Yeah. I don't want to go back to the table. Like we're done. I'm not going to take anything else from that kitchen.
Is Jeff Bezos back there to cook my dinner?
Right.
No. Then I don't want anybody that's going to have any kind of hair on their body whatsoever back there cooking my dinner. So, but no, I never had that. So hand to God, I'm sure it'll happen to me now.
Yeah,
and it'll be somewhere. It'll be somewhere that I like. So then you're like, now they're dead to me.
Yeah.
So I swear, if that makes a list next week, you're dead to me too, just for putting that in my brain.
Have they responded to your?
No, not yet.
You might want to email them.
So I went on.
That's
their
called the
website,
internet. It's called the
and-
internet.
Yeah.
Oh, he's familiar with it.
Yeah.
I know you can't see it, but I'm
left
familiar.
an independent review on the restaurant. Just went to the website and then I also took the survey that they send you. Like, how was your experience? Let me tell you.
How did you take an independent one?
Because you can just go on the
You just
website
go on
and
and
leave
say,
a review.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like,
And he did one that was independent of his order, and then one specifically to the receipt
He's
that
like,
he got.
This is,
And it was like, do you want to be contacted? And I clicked that box.
Now, having been a manager of a place that has those surveys, corporate sends those. I don't know about Chipotle, but corporate would send those and be like, you need to respond to this.
Yeah.
correct.
Immediately.
That's absolutely, well, it's a hot ticket item. They don't want it to turn into, that's something that'll turn into a bad survey. So that's kind of a, it's a red flag. So, well, I hope you get your steak. I hope they just give you steak and be like, look, sir, you already had the bowl. Now you just get the steak.
I mean, if they just gave me like a large soda cup of cubed steak, I'd be happy.
How are you going to get that through the straw? How are you going to get that through straw?
So this is why business ideas just don't get past you.
Yeah. It's weird.
You don't have to just put a straw in a cup.
What? How are you going to get it out of there?
This has been That Checks Out. I'm Ted for Damon and Brian. Thank you for listening. Please leave us a review, subscribe, download, do all that stuff. Reach out to us on our social media. If you do have a small business and you want us to promote it, let us know. We will put it on our page. Thank you for listening. That checks out. You're my favorite podcast co-host. I'm definitely not touching it, no. You son of a bitch.
What do you mean?
I don't have that shirt.
No. A mutual friend of ours from way back in the day had this shirt and wanted to give it to you, but it was the wrong size.
What size is it?
Oh, it's got a couple X's in front of it.
2? I can still wear a 2?
It's got a third, I think.
Oh, well, then, yeah. Then
And I says, he'll never fit into it, so why don't you send it to me and I'll just piss him off by wearing it.
that's okay. I've got a shirt on order for the exact same idea to piss you off.
So,
I was hoping to be here today.
did you see my shirt?
Voltron?
Oh, yeah, see?
Oh.
I enjoy that because it didn't even
wait in the
play out.
bathroom.
It didn't even play out. You can't even see it through the 19 monitors and stuff.
Shower. By the way,
By mutual friend, is that like someone that you're in a weight loss contest with or somewhere else?
no.
I can't think of anyone else who'd have a shirt that size.
Does that person not know?
Well,
Well, that person reached out to me and said, "Hey, I want to send a shirt for Ted." And I said, "Oh, I said, all right. I said, that's cool. Like that. He goes, I like to surprise him. I said, that's fine. And I said, what size is it? He goes, I think it's a 3X. And he says, 3X. He goes, I don't wear it. He goes, I bought it. He goes, I literally like never wore it. And he goes, it's
yeah, because it looks crisp.
He goes, it's like brand new. And I'm like, okay. And I said, well, if it's a 3X, I said, there ain't no way Wilson's going to fit in it. I says, but I will, and I'll piss him off when I wear it. And he goes, even better.
Yeah. No.
So I gave my address, and old boy sent it to me. And Mr. Baritono, thank you very much, Mr. Jamie Baritono, because that worked out pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, no, I never would have guessed him.
No?
No. My God, no.
No. So, but no, I laughed my butt off when I got it. I go, oh, he's going to be so. He sent me a picture of it. Like, hey, here's what I got. You know what I mean?
Because I tried to buy it at one point, and it was out of stock.
Yeah.
Because at one point, it was literally you had to order it in a certain window, and they were never going to make it again. But, America is what it is. Now it's back and available, but I don't have it.
Yeah. Well, they're still not making chairs. So,
yeah.
So they're not making everything.
Or fences.
Yeah. Well, they do make fences, Brian.
Roofs.
Yeah. I drive by Classic Fence on the way here every time I record. Not sponsored, but they did put my fence up. And every Saturday, they're loading fence in their trucks and they're driving out.
You know whose house they're not going to?
Yeah, they're not going to Brian's. Well, I mean, they're not there on Saturdays because they're putting fences up. If you want to go grab some of their display fences out front.
I only need like 3 panels.
Yeah, I mean, they've got like 14 panels out front.
You don't really need...
I don't even care if they're all the same.
You are the king of propping, so you really don't need to worry about somebody installing it properly. You just need to prop that sumbitch up. And you'll be
I've got 2 layers behind me if you want to take some of those panels.
Okay.
Hey, you could warn a guy that if you're going to bleep out something, you're going to make it the Amber Alert noise.
Oh, I didn't do that.
But
I said use it like if you lost signal at night, when like the channel would go. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
No,
so I'm driving.
You said tornado siren, or I think you literally said Amber Alert. I'm pretty sure you said.
I don't think I said Amber.
I'm literally driving, listening to it, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? What?
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain.
I couldn't figure it out. I could not figure out it was coming from the podcast.
Oh, I'm pulling up the notes.
Go ahead. Think you're going to be disappointed?
Someone's very cocky over there.
Think you're going to be disappointed?
He's over there changing them right now.
No, I can't even get in there, dude. I'm not smart enough to do that from my phone. I do that from my computer. You hang out, listen for the extras?
Yeah, I listen to it.
Yeah. I was going to say, there's probably a lot of people that didn't hear the extras. So,
well, there's probably a lot of people that died swerving off the road due to the Amber Alert.
Looking for.
I was literally like,
okay,
because I was
cut
in
here
traffic.
and insert like a 2-second alarm. So I went a little long. It says, like the alarm if you were about to get a tornado warning or child abduction notice on your phone.
That's not an Amber Alert.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. Child abduction.
That's an Amber Alert.
No, that's if you know somebody named Amber. It's like, hey, here she comes.
I know an Amber, and I would play that alert if she came around too.
Apparently, if your state's going to go into further lockdown, because that happened yesterday.